Hey everyone, my name is Aaron, I'm the Hollywood Reporter. And first of all, thanks for coming, thanks to the cast. And also, we want to thank Blue Crate, who is sponsoring this panel. They've got the new Firefly cargo crate. You can see a poster over there. So we definitely want to get to your questions very soon, but first of all, Nathan, I wanted to start with you. It's impossible to think of anybody else playing this part, but what was it that you think sealed the deal? How did you become the guy when you were auditioning for this?
I'll take this one, guys. Oh, damn it. Never mind, Jewel. Summer, you were there when I was auditioning. And I kept going back into the room. I don't know how I got the part, honestly. I kept going back into the room, and like 5 times they called me back in to do the scenes again and again. And then someone said, they feel you're doing them the same every time. And I said, yes, I am. No one told me to do it any differently. And they said, yeah, well, they want it funnier. I said, done! Done. I came back in, I said, just so you know, I know. So now I know. Now if you think I couldn't take it, I can take it. Action. This is wrong. Let's just. But it was dicey. It was dicey. When I ran into you in the hallway, do you know that? When I ran into you in the hallway, I was like, oh shit, it was.
I was holding myself in the corner. I didn't even know you went in and out.
And I left, and you said, how did it go? I said, really good. But I don't think we're up at the same part, so don't worry.
Well, Summer, I think that brings up a good point, is that you came to this show as your first, big role. How did you even approach that? You had such a tough job. Your role was so internalized. How did you approach your part?
Could you turn on the monitors a bit?
She said, the people in the back are always the loudest.
Well, Adam.
No.
I think Jamestown is my favorite episode. It really showed, there's a real sweetness to Jane, even though he's a complicated man, right? So how did you bring that kind of sweetness to this guy that's also kind of a jerk?
I was raised north of Chicago by a couple of parents that were normal and, they were mean and nice on the same day. And I had older brothers that beat the crap out of me all the time. So I was from a loving family with bullies as brothers, and it was great. I loved them. I don't know. I was just pretending to be somebody else.
But may I, guys? But here's the thing, Ed. On paper, Jane, entirely unlikely. Mm-hmm. Entirely predictable in that he'll screw you, given the chance. And yet adored by millions.
Well, I've said this before, I was really worried that Joss was going to kill me off. And I wanted to keep working with you guys, so I decided to try to make him lovable.
Yeah, try as we might, we couldn't get you fired.
Yeah. Ariel came along, I was reading, going, oh no. This is where it ends, right? Yelled down to my wife, honey, that's it. 6 and out.
At the last page, but
oh, That's a total fabrication because as everyone knows, actors, when they get the script, they go right to the last page first, so they're still in it. Okay, not that. You know that's true.
That's one of the days I remember everything. And so some days I don't remember entirely. There are days where I have perfect recall on everything. The space station with Jewel and Sean playing Find the Extra. Remember Find the Extra? Whenever there's a crowd scene and you're just kind of hanging out, there's a crowd of people around, there's always one person as you scan the crowd, one person's like this. Kind of hungry and wide-eyed and like they're gonna maybe pounce, I don't know. But I would play the game. I would say, okay, let's play Find the Background Guy. I would be the background guy, and I would go into the background somewhere and say, guys, just ignore me, just ignore me. And then they would turn around, try to find me, and I'd be like, those days I remember just like your day in the air lock. Yeah, crystal clarity. Yeah, you're really good.
You're pretty good too.
Thanks.
I like that little move with the little calm thing, you click. That was yours. We were allowed to make up stuff with doings and props and stuff, more so than we were with words. The words we could have changed so
Lines
much.
are pretty solid, aren't they? The lines, that's the golden.
But we could like, I'm gonna do this with that thing. Oh yeah, that's good, fill it in. So we did.
Nice.
Well, what was kind of a typical downtime like on set? What do you guys do, in between things? Because actually shooting a show can be somewhat boring, right, when you're not actually on screen.
I don't know, we sat on that couch in the common area that smelled like cat pee.
It was not so, it was supposed to use cat.
It was gross. Yeah, those are my fondest memories. Cactus on the set of Firefly. In the fondest way. I really like that couch.
We would just talk about
It was very comfortable. Yeah, we would eat our lunch in there if we could.
Yeah.
I remember that. There was this food truck that was on the lot on the Fox side. Do you remember this? And I had to keep weight on because it was my dream job. And I would eat these grilled cheese sandwiches every day from this food truck, and they would become more and more elaborate every day, avocado and bacon, and I remember sitting in that room, smelling cat pee, and eating my grilled cheese sandwich.
I came up to Jewel one day, she was chowing on this jelly donut, just kind of slow. I said, how you doing? She goes, full. And then, after we filmed the pilot, it was a few weeks later, and I was walking down Robson Street in Vancouver. It's a beautiful, sunny day, and people are out enjoying the weather. Vancouver is such a beautiful city, and I see this girl walking towards me on the street, and she's long and leggy, and I'm going, gorgeous, oh my God, she's so Jewel!
I remember that creepy day.
Tell it from the approach from your
I
side.
just remember this guy half a block distance away with this like slow growing smile. I realized it was him before he realized it was me, and I was like, hey.
Freak me out.
I'm curious, now, because everybody asks me this all the time, but now that Joss is one of the most powerful people in Hollywood, directing these giant movies, are we more or less likely to get more of this show?
Oh, jeez. Who's touching it? Who's gonna touch this? Who wants to touch it?
It's up to Joss. That's up to Joss. It's in his ball.
Is it?
Part.
Is it?
Well,
There's a lot of legalities concerns.
Yeah, I think it's a
money and
legalities
numbers.
thing. I just feel like it's, I don't want to put it on Jaws. Because,
it's on Fox. It's on Fox.
You stay back.
Adam's got the
same time, we all had what I would call my dream job. We were in the perfect position. Everything was great. Even the challenges we faced it together, and we were all in it together, and we were all pulling for the same thing. A great show. And I love everybody. It's really hard to look at that kind of stuff and say, give me more, because it's not enough. Oh my God, it was everything. It was everything. How can everything not be enough?
Sean and I want more. Last night we had dinner, we were in an Uber, and we were not talking about Firefly in any way. You remember this? You were on your phone, you're like texting away, and I was like, something about Netflix this, and Sean said, very absent-mindedly, I can't believe they haven't picked us up. Disgusted sort of way. So yeah, we want more.
Sean, I was revisiting some episodes. I know it's hard to remember specific scenes, but there's one in particular I loved where you're operating on Jane and you're basically saying, every time you're shot or whatever, you're going to be on my table. So, basically you're saying you're going to do your job, but also at time how it was. What was it? What was it kind of like getting to be? You were the normal guy on the show, but then sometimes you got to step up and put Jane and other people in their place. How much fun was that?
That was fun. It was good fun. It was always fun with Jane.
I always tried to give you incentive not to like me. Like shoving you or just like leaving smells. Just so you would disdain me. Friend.
I'm uncomfortable.
So it's working.
It's method. Still in the method.
Well, I'm going to open it up to some audience questions. So first,
Can I ask a question first? I have a question for Summer. Summer, I used to give you a really hard time on set and stuff. I was like, really nice things about your performance. Like, that was wonderful. That was so powerful. I'll be specific about my compliments. I said, it really was wonderful. And then I would end it with, if you like eating more shit. And I always said that to the girls all the time. I always said, Summer, this is to toughen you up, because the real world out there is hard. So I'm toughening you up now, and you're in this safe little, and you're gonna, did it work? Did I toughen you up for the real world, for the challenges the hurdles?
I can't thank you enough.
You just did. Yes.
Hi, I actually have an incredibly nerdy question for Adam.
I love your coat, by the way.
Graphic independence board, patches, all the things for tonight. Okay, so super, and probably an unpopular opinion, I always really felt like Jane had massive feels for Haley.
You presume too much. You presume I was looking forlornly at her. It was a brotherly, sisterly thing, I think. Did you write that You wrote the fanfic?
So wait, you're the one responsible for that fanfic? The Kaylee Jane stuff?
Security.
Reading fan fiction is like looking up horrible accident photos.
Yeah, it's like,
Unsee that.
yes, it's like a nightmare you have after too much Thai food.
I never read much of it.
That's probably a
But he
good
wrote
thing.
a ton.
For family charities, and I just want to emphasize, you have done so much, more so than any other family around. The heart and the soul that you put into your characters. And we have cast from around the nation just to be here today, just so we can show their event after you guys. And I just, without you guys, we would never be able to do the Serenity events. To raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for so many amazing organizations around the world. And I want to thank you so much.
Okay, great. No, I don't make out with that in this. I just wanted to clarify.
Fans are going to be here. I'm not asking if I'm not allowed
Who are you dressed as? I'm just kidding.
Thank you all for and all your work and the show. My question for you is, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are really huge fans of your work and show. And I wanted to know, because there are so many ground pros and so many people are huge followers and deeply devoted, is that something that is still inspiring to you as actors so many years after? Is that something that's a little intimidating or
Sean, go.
something that still gives you energy creatively, or I wonder how you all felt about that?
Let's see what Sean says.
You know, let's see.
I have a question too.
You what? Has it inspired? I mean, it inspired. I think for me, as in maybe for you, when you say like that job, it's sort of like it kind of set the bar, right? So, and I think like, especially me, sometimes I go to like my spiritual lens, and I'm sort of like, you know, what's my greater purpose in this whole crazy industry? And you know, to be a part of something extraordinary is certainly something that you know, I feel so grateful to have experienced. And for me as an actor, I think it's kind of like bumped it up. Like, oh, I know that this lightning in a bottle can happen. So I'm looking for that. So maybe I've gotten, you know, kind of screwed because it's so rare. But I think it's just, it's sort of, it shifted my perspective in regards to sort of like what am I looking for as an artist and as an actor. So, and does it, I mean, it can't help but be a little inspiring to sit here in this room with all y'all. Joel thinks I'm smart.
I'm Staite from Background Nerd, and I just want to say that what I love most about the show, what really drew me in, was seeing these amazing female characters. And these amazing watching and thought, oh my God, that little girl's getting that.
feel like we just got really lucky. Like, people go, oh, thank you so much for this role, and it's like, hey man, I lucked out. Like, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and scored, you know, an incredible gig. Right?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Jess.
I was thinking about doing a thing about two guys that were in a sci-fi show.
Wait. Tell me more.
Well, one guy goes off and does great things, the other guy comes like does a concert and doesn't really appreciate it. It's a whole digital thing we planned. We have a game on the phone. It's... I want to do it, but someone just told me it's been done, so... I have literally no desire to build something on my own. That's a tremendous amount of work and responsibility and stress that I am not built for. I am not built for that. No. I am built for, like Jules said, being in the right place at the right time. Better to be lucky than good. Totally cool to pick coattails, to ride coattails, and just pick the right coattails to ride, trust me. And then in my particular forte, taking credit at the end.
All these years and nothing ever changes.
Said it before, said it again. The show would not have been what it was without Nathan at the head of our department.
Agreed.
Day in, day out, episode in, episode out, Nathan was there with the most workload, and he carried us on his shoulders to make us all better. So, we love you for it. Thank you.
I've said to you, and I've said it in lots of Q&As, that you had taught me how to behave as the lead of a show. You knew everybody's name. You were incredibly welcoming to everybody that was new, all the guest stars that came on. You were like, that's the bathroom, that's craft service, this is so-and-so. You said, let's play the name game, and made sure that we all learned everybody's name, even, you know, somebody up in the production office. And that is a testament, I think, to the good energy that flowed down to everybody. And it taught me a lot, taught me how to behave as the lead of the show, and yeah.
It's like you guys are trying to make me cry.
It's what a good leader and captain do. It's what captains
Chinese swears are meaningless to us, guys. Everyone in the universe has to die. The explosive diarrhea of an elephant. You can totally say that stuff on TV, but I said it in China, and someone went, oh, that's not nice. I said, I know one phrase in Chinese, and here it is. And they went,
Hey, what about this side of the room?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is the right side.
we were there. Well, I actually don't.
I do too.
And I think it's out there. I think we got into the comic books, right? So it's totally safe to, spoiler alert, totally cool, if you don't want to hear this, don't, we don't use that shit.
She doesn't know. Tell him.
You say you're the
He was a highly ranked alliance officer at one time. He was an intense guy that did some really nasty things. And then, obviously, had a change of heart, lost his taste for that kind of stuff, and changed his life entirely. But it's a Malcolm Reynolds says to him in Serenity, you're going to have to tell me about how you know so much about that. You see, you know a bunch of this stuff. He goes, yes, I do. You're going to have to tell me about that someday. No, I don't. Not something he wants to revisit. Oh, I'll choke to think about it. Intense stuff, yeah. Nice stuff.
I think that brings up a good point. In between Serenity and, in season 1, before you knew you were coming back, did you guys talk about season 2 at all? What it would have been like?
Did we talk about it? We lamented. We still hung out together. We still had parties. We still hung out and did stuff. And we lamented. Yeah. We grieved.
Yeah, but the weird part about it is, people, the attitude that we get when the fans come up to us and talk about the show is, oh, I really miss it, and I'm so sad, and we get that, but at the same time, for us in a very weird way, it kind of continued because we all stayed in each other's lives, and the most important part, I think, to all of us was the people, and we got to see each other still, so it kind of carried on in an odd way. So there's not a whole lot to miss. Yeah, it would be great for all of us to get together again and do it again, but we did keep those friendships, right?
Yeah, we were fortunate that way.
Nathan returned my calls.
They didn't give you the new cell. They didn't give you the new cell number?
No, I
You got it. Shut up.
Which one's better?
I wish it was a lot more complicated than it really is. A lot of time had passed between doing Firefly and Stargate for me. With Stargate, it was very different because that cast had been at it for a very long time. They knew each other really well. They had their inside jokes, and I was the new kid. I'm like, where do you guys have lunch? And with Firefly, we were starting something fresh and something new. But I had a great time on Atlantis because it shot in Vancouver, which is where I am from and where I live. So there's nothing better than having a job at home, obviously. But Firefly is always, it's like this weird storytelling to be told there that never got to see the light of day. Or at least we never got to perform it, and it has that bittersweet quality.
You have excellent taste. Yeah, when I get these kinds of questions, why'd they cancel your show?
They literally
I get a lot of those questions.
They couldn't figure out a way to incorporate slaughter any further, so.
I've been on a lot of canceled shows. Some might say erroneously, I get them canceled. That's not true. Eventually, yes, but no. Nobody calls the actors and says, here's how it all went down, and here's why you got canceled. Sometimes you read it in the paper. Totally cool. You know what? It's not the people being nice to people industry, it's the entertainment industry. It is an industry. I don't take it personally. It's not meant personally. It's business. It happens, and it's odd because it is a business. That's what it is. Getting entertainment to audiences costs money, makes money. It's just weird that on the other end of it, the audience, I mean, we're emotionally tied. They're hitting us in the guts, the nuts, the hearts. I shouldn't have said the middle one. So we are very much, as a cast, in the same position you guys are. We're tied to things emotionally as well, and for different reasons, and maybe even more reasons, and maybe even better reasons. These guys are awesome. They don't give you a ring and tell you here's why. They don't shake it up for you, and so sometimes it's a little bit of heartbreak with no true, what's the word I'm looking for, resolve or regret. That's the word, closure. I love you guys. Hi, Angel. Hi, Kaylee. My name's Kaylee.
Me?
For Kaylee.
As an actor, I think you can't really help at the end of the day but take a little piece of that character home with you. A little bit of residual something, a little dust or something from that character. And she was a very warm, open, full of love type of person. And to take that home with me every day, and it's that.
For any of you that you wish you would ask.
That's not a question we want asked. Because it puts a burden on us to come up with something. That's not fair. We are reactors. I do want to jump off something that Jules said, though. What this show had, the very special things, and I've had the great honor and blessing of being with some very special shows and very special groups of people, is that it came from a platform of love, not fear. And everyone dedicated their love of their characters and the show and the word and Joss and the production and the crew from love. And that's why it shines so brightly for so long, is because you can see on camera, you can see it there, the love. There's no fear in the performances. It's just, you know, there's some things I can't say because they're young ears, but from the heart.
When Becca and Tucker kiss at the school play.
Spoiler alert, no.
it since I was a kid, 6 or something.
Yeah, you guys were like, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if we'll get canceled, you guys. And I was like, we're probably getting canceled.
So
Like, this is my stand-up show. It's probably, we go Friday nights at 8, guys, we're done.
I've seen it a million times.
So dated.
Looking at Summer, you'll never make it, kid. This town's gonna eat you up and spit you out. And she was right.
Thank you all for being here. I will always love Firefly and Glau. You already know that. But this is actually directed towards thank you for 3 seasons of last year. I want to say that the way service people are played on that show is realistic. It's even like even under bad circumstances. And so I wanted to thank you.
Thank you. We're very proud of the last ship we got picked up for season 4 and 5. We just had our season 3 finale on Sunday night, and again, we need bad guys.
Just said I'm unemployed.
Anyway, it's an honor to work, and it's humbling to work with the United States Navy. We get to climb aboard Navy guidance some destroyers and some carriers and some been aboard a couple of amphibious ships, and to understand that there are young men and women who run these platforms on our side between the ages of 19 and 22 that keep these things afloat and running is very humbling indeed. You know, I've been doing it a long time, and they're there to help us, and they want us to do well, and we try to honor them with as best and most accurate portrayal as we can. We have technical advisors that are on our ass all the time, doing it wrong, where you're doing it right, and so thank you, appreciate it.
Did you do theater?
I've done theater.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
That's fair. You guys, would you do theater? Summer? You do shit, Sean, to do it? Summer?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Joel?
Musical theater?
That's your last? Yeah, I passed too. That's a lot of work. Scary stuff, man. That's scary stuff. Getting up on a stage in front of people. I mean, I used to do that stuff. I feel like it's a younger man's game. It's pretty scary.
Well, you did some Shakespeare with Joss.
I did. I checked it out. It's like, check, Shakespeare, done.
How hard and how much pressure was it to get it word perfect on
Kind of like Firefly.
Yeah.
We're perfect. Paraphrasing Shakespeare or Firefly.
Hi, I was just wondering if you could play one of the future scenes that you didn't get to do on Firefly. One would it be if you could pick one?
Go, someone got it. Sean, go. You have anything you'd like to do? You never got to do on
I mean, I just
Firefly.
wanted lots of babies. I mean, can they have lots of babies? We're talking baths and breastfeeding.
Wow, I settled for a date.
Joel?
I like the idea of this ship really quiet and no one around.
Oh my God. I'm that guy who comes aboard in out of gas and said, "We're gonna take your ship."
Oh, no, no.
Just the lilt in that voice. Yeah, we did. We're gonna take your ship. Somebody's told me his nickname was Mean Steve. It was like an ironic nickname because he's like a nice guy, but that was Mean Steve. I'm gonna take your ship. I love your outfit. Wow.
My question is, there are quite a few fanfilms for Firefly before. Are you guys watch any of them or look forward to watching any specific?
I've seen a few of those things that are pretty cool. I've seen a couple of them.
Shadows?
Yeah, Shadows of the
I'll look for that. Is there a trailer I can watch?
There is a trailer, shadowsofthewind.com.
Shadowsofthewind.com. I'll watch this. All right. Please don't blow this. I think it should be nice. I'll tell you one that nobody ever really talks about because people talk about me playing practical jokes. I didn't play a lot of practical jokes. I played one or two. Show. We were, between scenes, we had these director's chairs, and I brought a chair with these a fold-out loungers and has the footrest at the end and the pillow at the other end. You know the ones that kind of pointy at both ends and the quiet way you get an arm. And that was my chair, because between scenes, I would just plop it. I'd be out in a light. I could sleep on a rock in the rain, I'm telling you. And I would wake up, and there'd be a Polaroid picture on my chest. It's a picture of me sleeping in the chair, wrapped in toilet paper, and napkins draped over. There was a plate with pizza pieces on it, and my tummy, and they dressed me up, took a photo, undressed, left the photo. I was impressive.
I bet it was Steve.
I had a really good time with Fran. He made me giggle like we were second graders, so I had a really good time with him. And I loved everybody. It was really fun. Really unusual role. I was like, can I just play the cheerleader role maybe, Josh? I loved it. It was great.
Hi, Melissa Maher with an Invincible Design. I'm sorry, no, you go first. Thank you. Okay, so I hope this is not too much of a down question, but how did you guys find out that the show was ending? How did you process that?
We got hammered. That's what you do when you find out your dream job is over, right? That was a terrible day.
It was a terrible day.
Yeah.
And we were, man, there was a lot of slow, low-hanging people walking out of there that day. And I remember driving home.
We went to your house.
Yeah.
Who was at work that day? I was not.
I was.
I had voicemails.
I was doing homework.
calling you.
I was
Yeah,
doing
you're
homework
calling
with
me.
my 7th grader in the trailer. The stage, they canceled us. My daughter's like, what does that mean? It's okay. You don't really need new shoes anyway.
Go to craft service and grab everything you can. shooting after we were kids. And I remember thinking, this is going to be the worst. Every day is going to be a painful reminder of what we're losing. And it's going to be the saddest, most horrifying 3 days of the shoot. And it turned out to be amazing. Like, everyone was determined to squeeze any last remaining drops of joy they could get from this wonderful experience. I was really impressed with how people pulled together and they were like, we're doing it.
One of the scenes we shot was when my hat arrives at the station for the last 3 days. So we took a lot of joy in that. But didn't Lawrence come and rescue us and take us out?
He did. He took us to a cigar bar as well.
Gina's
husband treated us very nicely and kind of consoled us.
she called us over. We're canceled. I'll be right there. Boom. Let's go, guys.
It's good stuff.
Okay, this will be the last one.
He's the last one. I pointed at that dude. You get the last question.
Never tell Jewel happy birthday. It's not cool. She will be in it.
I'm trying to you forever.
We hang out with Christmas. We do your baby shower.
Wondering if we could come and do your birthday party. I mean, that would be a way to...
What are you guys doing now? Birthday parties.
Can I get this gentleman's question? Because you're last, sir.
In 2009, San Diego Comic-Con, you have the Chuck panel when they were announced the
You can't prove he did.
You said that every time you grunt, you always think of your head, Joss Whedon. Have you ever thought about doing a Buy More, going back to Buy More?
Bible was the story of Chuck. The thing about Chuck and Firefly is we had 5 seasons, so there was a lot of closure. Loved it. Wonderful show. You know exactly about it. Another great department. Firefly still continues to hold this special place in my heart romantically because we didn't get to finish the arc. You know, we had these arcs that we wanted to finish and we didn't get to do it, whereas on Chuck we did. So this one needs closure somehow. Did anyone see that animated trailer that was floating?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So the possibilities are endless. Love you guys. God bless.
Back to earlier in the show. The first person to ask a question was you, correct? And the second one was you. And the third one, you are, right? And the name is number 4. If you 4 could come up, we have a little surprise. You are getting the Firefly cargo crate from Geekdom. And these will be signed by the cast. Oh, they're already signed, so you're good. You're set. And Luke Green also has some for you guys to go out with cast.
Also, you guys, I think we should seriously consider dressing up as Firefly and like doing birthday parties. We should seriously consider dressing up as Firefly, being cast, crew. We should dress up as our characters and do birthday parties.